There comes a moment in your life when you have to make a decision to rise, to push forward, to break through every excuse, and to take control of your destiny. That moment is now. You can either stay stuck where you are, or you can get up and get it done. Action creates results, waiting creates nothing. You can sit around and hope for things to change. You can wait for the right moment, the right opportunity, the right conditions. But while you're waiting, someone else is out there making it happen. Someone else is taking the risks, doing the work, and seizing the moment. And that's why they win. That's why they succeed. Because success doesn't come to those who wait. It comes to those who move. It comes to those who take action even when they're unsure, even when they're scared, even when they don't feel ready. Because here's the truth. You're never going to feel fully ready. You're never going to have everything perfectly lined up. There will always be obstacles, always be doubts, always be reasons to hesitate. But hesitation kills dreams. Hesitation keeps you stuck in the same place, watching others pass you by. And then one day, you wake up and realize that all those moments you spent waiting have turned into years. Years of missed opportunities, years of potential wasted. Years you'll never get back. But today can be different. Right now can be different. You don't need to know every step of the journey. You just need to take the first step. One step forward is better than standing still. One action, no matter how small, is better than 1,000 perfect ideas that never leave your head. Because action creates momentum. Momentum builds progress. And progress changes everything. You don't have to be the smartest. You don't have to have the most experience. You just have to be the one who moves, the one who decides, the one who takes action when everyone else is still thinking about it. Because the ones who take action are the ones who shape the world, the ones who build the businesses, the ones who create the opportunities, the ones who rise to the top while everyone else is still planning, still preparing, still waiting. So stop waiting, start doing now. Your mindset determines your success, not your background, not your circumstances, not your talent. Your mind is the engine that drives everything you do. It's the difference between pushing forward and giving up, between seeing obstacles or seeing opportunities, between making excuses or making progress. Every thought you allow into your mind shapes your reality. If you believe you can't, you won't. If you believe the world is against you, you'll find proof everywhere. If you tell yourself you're not good enough, you'll act like it's true, but the opposite is also real. If you believe you're capable, you'll find ways to win. If you believe challenges make you stronger, you'll embrace them. If you tell yourself you are unstoppable, nothing will break you. Your mind is either your greatest weapon or your biggest enemy. And the best part, you get to choose. You get to decide whether you focus on problems or solutions. You get to decide whether you let fear control you or fuel you. You get to decide whether you see failure as the end or just another step forward. Because success is never just about skill. It's about resilience. It's about how you respond when things get tough. Do you give in to doubt? Or do you push through? Do you accept failure as a sign to stop, or do you see it as a lesson? Do you wait for permission, or do you take control of your future? Everything starts in your mind. Everything. Before you can change your life, you must change the way you think. Before you can win, you must see yourself as a winner. Before you can succeed, you must believe success is possible. So what are you telling yourself every day? What thoughts are shaping your actions, your habits, your future? Because the truth is simple. Your life is a reflection of your mindset. If you want more, think bigger. If you want better, expect better. If you want success, see yourself as someone who refuses to settle for less. Because the moment you shift your mind, you shift your life. Stop procrastinating, start executing. You've waited long enough. You've thought about it, planned for it, talked about it. But none of that matters if you don't take action. The world doesn't reward ideas, it rewards execution. It rewards the person who gets up and gets it done. You keep telling yourself you'll start tomorrow, but how many times have you said that before? How many days, weeks, or even years have passed while you waited for the right time? Let me tell you something. The right time is a lie. There will never be a perfect moment. There will never be a day when everything magically falls into place. If you wait for everything to feel just right, you'll be waiting forever. Action is what creates opportunity. Action is what builds momentum. Action is what separates those who succeed from those who never even start. And here's the truth. Procrastination is just fear in disguise. Fear of failure, fear of discomfort, fear of not being good enough. But success doesn't come from avoiding fear. It comes from pushing through it. It comes from showing up even when you don't feel ready, even when you don't feel motivated, even when every excuse in your mind is telling you to wait. You don't need more time. You don't need more planning. You need to start one step, one action, one move forward, no matter how small. Because once you start, you break the cycle. Once you take action, you gain momentum. And once you have momentum, nothing can stop you. But it starts with a decision to stop overthinking, a decision to stop putting it off, a decision to stop waiting for life to happen and start making it happen. Because success isn't about who has the best ideas. It's about who acts on them. It's about who shows up, does the work, and refuses to quit. So stop waiting, stop hesitating, stop delaying the life you were meant to live. The time is now. Start executing. Choose discipline over regret. Because in the end, that's the choice you're making every single day. The pain of discipline or the pain of regret. One makes you stronger, the other breaks you down. One pushes you forward, the other keeps you stuck. One lasts for a moment, the other lasts a lifetime. Discipline is waking up early when you'd rather sleep in. Discipline is putting in the work when no one is watching. Discipline is saying no to distractions, no to excuses, no to the easy way out. And it's not always fun, it's not always comfortable, but it's always worth it. Because discipline builds habits, habits build consistency, consistency builds results, and results build the life you want. Regret does the opposite. Regret comes from the workout you skipped, the opportunity you let slip away, the time you wasted on meaningless things instead of working toward your dreams. Regret comes from knowing you could have done more, knowing you could have been better, knowing you had the chance, but you let it pass. And once regret sets in, it stays with you. It lingers. It weighs you down. It reminds you of everything you didn't do when you had the chance. So don't give it that power. Make the hard choice now so you don't have to live with regret later. Push yourself when it's uncomfortable. Show up when you don't feel like it. Do the work even when no one is there to applaud you, because discipline isn't about motivation. Motivation fades. Discipline is about commitment, commitment to yourself, commitment to your goals, commitment to becoming the person you were meant to be. And when you choose discipline, you choose freedom. Freedom from regret, freedom from what ifs, freedom from a life of mediocrity. So when the choice is in front of you, and it always is, ask yourself one thing. Will this decision lead to growth or will it lead to regret? And if the answer is regret, then you already know what to do. Choose discipline. Success is earned through effort and persistence. It's not given. It's not handed to you. It's not something you stumble upon by luck. It's something you create, something you fight for, something you refuse to quit on no matter how hard it gets. Because it will get hard. There will be setbacks. There will be moments of doubt. There will be days when you question if it's even worth it. But that's where most people stop. That's where most people give up. And that's why most people never reach their full potential. They want success, but they don't want the struggle that comes with it. They want the reward, but they're not willing to pay the price. But the price must be paid. And the price is effort. The price is showing up every single day, even when you don't feel like it. The price is pushing through failure, rejection, and frustration. The price is persistence, relentless, unwavering persistence, because effort alone is not enough. Effort gets you started. Persistence keeps you going. Effort is doing the work. Persistence is doing the work even when the results aren't showing yet. Effort is making progress. Persistence is refusing to stop until the goal is reached. Every successful person has one thing in common. They didn't quit. They kept going when others walked away. They stayed in the game long enough to win. Because success isn't about who's the smartest. It's not about who has the most talent. It's about who refuses to give up, who keeps learning, who keeps improving, who keeps pushing even when everything inside them says stop. That's the difference. That's what separates those who dream from those who achieve. So if you want success, earn it. Put in the effort. Stay persistent. Because the ones who keep going, the ones who never quit, those are the ones who make it. Excuses are obstacles you create. Eliminate them. Every time you tell yourself why you can't, you build a wall between you and your success. Every excuse is just another brick, another barrier, another reason to stay stuck. And the worst part, you believe them. You convince yourself that your excuses are real, that they're valid, that they're the reason you can't move forward, but they're not real. They're just stories you've told yourself so many times that they've become your truth. I'm too busy. No, you're not. You're just not making it a priority. I don't have the resources. Then find a way. I'm not ready. You'll never be ready. Start anyway. Excuses are just a way to stay comfortable, a way to avoid the hard work, the sacrifice, the discipline that success requires. Because when you have an excuse, you don't have to try. You don't have to take risks. You don't have to step into the unknown. But let me tell you something. Your excuses are lying to you. They are keeping you small. They are stealing your potential. They are robbing you of the life you were meant to live. And if you don't eliminate them, they will define you. They will control you. They will trap you in the same cycle day after day, year after year, until one day you wake up and realize you spent your life making excuses instead of making progress. So stop letting excuses run your life. Stop waiting for the perfect time, the perfect conditions, the perfect opportunity. None of that exists. What exists is this moment right now. And the choice you have to make, are you going to let excuses win, or are you going to rise above them? Are you going to keep telling yourself why you can't, or are you going to start proving to yourself that you can? Because the moment you eliminate excuses, everything changes. Your mindset shifts, your actions follow, your results begin to show, and suddenly the obstacles that seemed impossible are now stepping stones to success. Not because they disappeared, but because you stopped letting your excuses hold you back. Commit fully and never quit. Not halfway, not when it's convenient, not when it feels good. All in. No turning back, no second guessing, no wondering if you made the right choice. Because once you commit, truly commit, everything changes. Too many people start with excitement, but the moment things get hard, they hesitate. They look for a way out. They tell themselves it wasn't meant to be. They make excuses instead of pushing through, and that's why they fail. Not because they weren't capable, not because they didn't have what it takes, but because they never fully committed. They treated success like an option instead of a necessity. And options don't create results, decisions do. A decision to show up every day, no matter what. A decision to keep going even when you're tired. A decision to push forward even when everything inside you says stop. Because that's what it takes. Commitment means there's no plan B. It means you do whatever it takes for as long as it takes. It means you fight through every challenge, every setback, every failure, and refuse to let anything break you. Because quitting is easy. Giving up requires nothing. But staying in the game when it's hard, that's what separates the winners from everyone else. That's what builds champions. That's what creates legends. And that's the mindset you need. Burn the bridges, remove the escape routes, take the word quit out of your vocabulary. If you want something bad enough, you go after it with everything you've got. You stop making excuses. You stop looking for shortcuts. You stop waiting for the right time. You just go. And you don't stop. Not when you're tired, not when you're frustrated, not when things aren't going your way. You push harder. You dig deeper. You remind yourself why you started in the first place. Because if you quit, you start over. If you quit, you never know how close you were. If you quit, you lose everything you worked for. So make the decision now. Commit fully and never quit. Growth only happens outside your comfort zone. If you stay where it's safe, where it's familiar, where you already know the outcome, you'll never change, you'll never improve, you'll never reach your potential. Because comfort keeps you stagnant. Comfort is where dreams go to die. You can't expect to grow if you're not willing to step into the unknown, if you're not willing to face fear, doubt, and uncertainty. Growth happens when you challenge yourself, when you push past the limits you've set for yourself, when you step outside the boundaries you've created and go after something bigger, something greater. It's not easy, it's uncomfortable, it's scary, but that's where the magic happens. That's where you discover who you really are. That's where you uncover strengths you never knew you had. That's where you build resilience, confidence, and true power. You see, staying in your comfort zone is the easy way out. It's the path of least resistance. But nothing remarkable ever comes from doing what's easy. If you want a life of meaning, a life of purpose, a life of achievement, you have to embrace discomfort. You have to put yourself in situations where you don't have all the answers, where you're unsure of the outcome, where you might fail. And that's okay, because failure isn't the end. It's part of the process. It's part of the growth. It's part of breaking through the limits you've placed on yourself. You're never going to reach new heights by staying where you are. You have to climb, you have to stretch, you have to reach beyond your current capabilities. Growth isn't found in the easy places. It's found in the places that scare you. It's found in the challenges that make you question yourself, your abilities, and your limits. But if you face them, if you keep going, if you refuse to back down, you'll grow. And when you grow, everything changes. Your perspective, your capabilities, your world. So get comfortable being uncomfortable. Get used to stepping into the unknown, because that's where growth lives. Momentum fuels progress. Start now. The hardest part isn't the work. The hardest part is starting. It's the first step, the decision to begin, that makes all the difference. Once you take that first step, the next one becomes easier, then the next one. And before you know it, you've created momentum. Momentum is what pushes you forward even when you don't feel like it. Momentum is what keeps you moving even when the path gets tough. Momentum is what turns small actions into massive progress. But it all begins with a single decision. A decision to stop waiting. A decision to stop hesitating, a decision to stop overthinking and just start. You don't need everything figured out before you begin. You don't need to know every step of the journey. You just need to start, because once you start, you build momentum. And once you build momentum, you become unstoppable. The longer you wait, the longer it takes to build that momentum. The longer you stay on the sidelines, the further away your goals become. But when you take action, when you get in motion, you start creating results. And those results, no matter how small at first, will fuel your next step. Momentum is like a snowball rolling downhill. At first it's small and it feels like nothing is happening, but the more you push, the bigger it gets, the faster it moves, and the more progress you make. That's why starting now is so important, because the longer you wait, the harder it gets to get started. But when you take that first step, even if it's imperfect, even if you don't know exactly where you're going, you're already on your way. And that's what matters, because progress is the result of consistent action, no matter how small. And the more you act, the more momentum you create. And with momentum, there's no stopping you. So stop waiting for the perfect moment. Stop waiting for everything to line up. Start now, create momentum, and let that momentum fuel your progress. Take full ownership of your life and your future. Your life is yours to shape, no one else's. You are responsible for where you are right now, for every decision that led you here. It doesn't matter where you've been or what's happened to you. What matters is what you do next. What matters is how you take control of your life from this point forward. Too many people blame their circumstances, their past, or other people for where they are. But the truth is, everything you have, everything you are, is a result of the choices you've made. You can't control everything that happens to you, but you can control how you respond to it. You can control how you think, how you act, and how you show up every single day. If you want more, you have to take responsibility for making it happen. If you want change, you have to be the one to create it. You can't sit back and wait for someone else to fix things. You can't wait for the perfect moment or the perfect situation. You have to take ownership of your actions, your decisions, and your outcomes. If something isn't working, don't point fingers. Look in the mirror. Ask yourself what you can do to make it better. Take the power back. Because the moment you take ownership, you also take control. When you own your life, you stop making excuses. You stop waiting for someone to save you. You stop blaming others for your failures. And you start taking the actions that will lead you to where you want to go. No more playing the victim. No more making excuses. No more waiting for things to magically change. You have the power to create your future. And it starts with taking full ownership of your life. Everything you do today shapes your tomorrow. So take control. Make the decisions that will move you forward. Build the habits that will create the future you desire. Own it, and watch as your life transforms before your eyes. The truth is, your future is in your hands. No one else can live your life for you. No one else can make the decisions that will define your success. That's your responsibility. And once you embrace that responsibility, once you fully take ownership of your life, there's nothing that can stop you. The power to change, to grow, and to achieve is within you. So take control. Start today. Own your actions, own your decisions, and own your future. The life you've always dreamed of, it's waiting for you now. Go make it happen.